take the favor of this woman, but suddenly, I normally have what I call a Ebenezer night. It's a night of prayer.
Amen.
It's a night of help.
Yes.
That Ebenezer night is a very powerful program.
Yes.
You know, I did it once in Trinidad here or twice or thereabout. You know, very nice prayer, and we're praying. And unfortunately for the man, the day the Obia man take her to the cemetery to do the Obia last in the night. And they have to go to a poor grave, a grave that is very poor, and they tell the man, sit down there and lie on the grave. Use the wrapper, you know wrapper?
Yeah.
Use it to cover yourself. As you cover yourself with that wrapper, and then the poverty, because it's your wife's wrapper. So as you cover it on yourself, as soon as the thing cover you, poverty of that person that died will now follow your wife. So you now become rich. So when the man now go to do that in the cemetery, it's unfortunate for them. We are still praying at that same time. You know, that is why we always tell you, join us on midnight prayer. Join us on prayer. Even if you are snoring, like there is somebody in that midnight that always snores. And I like it, you know, because at least he's on. He's on and he's snoring, no problem. Amen. I like, it's better you join than you don't join at all. Join us and snore, no problem. You are still covered by grace. Than you don't join at all. And now, when the woman, they finish their ritual, the time the man need to use the wrapper to cover himself, the wrapper short. I don't know how to make it. It becomes small.
Yes.
You know, because our wrapper is always big to cover us from head to toe.
Okay.
So when the man finished to cover it, it's not short. It shrink. So the Obia man that come with it ran away. Because they have lost his sword, the man ran away from there and come back to Benin and behaving like mad person. You know, from Abuja, he behaving like mad person. When the wife now go to see the husband, where they chain the husband, what is wrong? The man was shouting, "Na your rapao, na your rapao, na your rapao, na your rapao." That is to say, it's your rapao, it's your rapper, it's your rapper, it's your cloth. You know, the woman said, "What happened in my cloth?" That is when the woman discovered the man want to do Obia to take her glory. You know, any person that want to take your glory, the good news is what? That is their good news. And now they want to promote. Listen, they can do anything. Read the next verse. I think I'll be rounding up here.
And Balaam answered and said unto the servants of Balak, If Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the word of the Lord my God.
Did you hear that?
To do less or more.
Even if you give me half of his gold, I'm not going to do this.
Yes.
I will not. Listen, from today, their Obia man will refuse to work for them.
Amen.
If I were you, I would shout a better amen. Let their Obia man. That is why we are here for mercy. That is why I say, do you know why you have to cry for mercy? Israel never do anything. Listen, Israel never even know there is somebody somewhere. Israel never know. They are still relaxing, thinking of where to do. And somebody is not sleeping, him and his cabinet, in order to cause them. And Moses is still with them, and God never revealed it to Moses. I'm talking to somebody here.
Yes.
Do you know that as you are here, seated here, do you know there are people somewhere burning candle on your head?
Yes.
And you think that things are normal for you, things are not normal. There are some people that refuse to come to church. You think they refuse to come to church? No. Somebody is doing something on your head.
Yes.
And that he said, even if you depart, I'm not going to go with you. Look at 19.
Now therefore,
I
I pray you, tarry ye also here this night.
He now tell the people again, tarry here.
This night.
Let it not be as if, let me go back to God.
Yes.
Do you hear that? I told you before, Obiaman cannot tell you, let me go to Satan.
No.
Let me go back to God. He said, tarry here this night. Go ahead.
that I may know what the Lord will say unto me more.
Now, there are some people, when they come to me, I tell them what God said. They come again and say, can God change it? So I will even bring offering and say, man of God, with this offering, talk to God for me now. And they tarry there. Now listen, don't forget, verse 20.
And God came unto Balaam
God came unto Balaam
at night,
at night
and said unto him, If the men come to call thee, rise up and go with them. But yet the word which I shall say unto thee, thou shalt thou do.
Now listen,
That shall
it's just like when one called two people to call me to come and preach for he around Pinal area. He's a pastor, he passed away. I gave the testimony the other day. He passed away, it's not my fault. And you know, and suddenly when they consult like that, you respect the people, but you want to preach what God tell you to do.
Yes.
Okay, you want me to come? I will preach what I want to preach, not what you want to preach. Because some of them will call you and say, collect money for us. Collect money, collect money. And in Africa, when we say collect money, it's meant for something. But in Trinidad here, even if you try to collect money for them for something, that thing is not what they're going to do with the money. And some of them will say, man of God, if only you can get us, if only you can get 25,000 or 100, 200, 300 TT. You take 100,000. So we tell you, they can divide it into two. And now prophet will be going to prophesy because he wants money.
Yes.
I know those things. He will not start saying what God did not say. That's exactly what happened to this Obia man. Because okay, you can go with them, but it's only what I tell you to say is what you will say.
Yes.
Now, I've seen people, even in your country here, when they're on TV, they are talking about money, 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 so money, so money. And since they've been talking about that money, they never have any branch anywhere in Tobago. They never buy any other building except where they are. What are they doing with the money for 15 years? I'm not here to talk about them. I'm here to talk about us.
Amen.
Any man that has been going one place to another to harm you after this meeting,
R.I.P.
I like that. Just know that they will just go there. Either they burn them or they bury them.
Amen.
And I pray they burn them.
Amen.
Because if they bury them, they can resurrect.
Amen.
If they burn them, they are gone.
Amen.
Glory to God. Now go ahead.
And Balaam rose up in the morning and saddled his ass and went with the prince of Moab.
He went with the prince of Moab. Go ahead.
And God's anger was kindled because he went. And the angel of the Lord stood in the way.
Now, I want to say this again before we go ahead. The prince of Moab, the same prince of Moab, at the course of time, the same prince of Moab was killed for sacrifice. I will not go to that, but let's continue.
Yes.
Let's continue. And God's anger, when they saddled his ass, and God's anger was what?
Kindled because he went. And the angel of the Lord stood in the way for an adversary against him. Now he was riding upon his ass, and his two servants were with him. And the ass saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand. And the ass turned aside out of the way, and went into the field. And Balaam smote the ass.
Balaam beat the ass
to turn her into the way.
To bring her back into the way.
But the angel of the Lord still in a part of the vineyards, a wall being on this side and a wall on that side. And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, she thrust herself onto the wall and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall, and he smote her again.
Okay, go ahead.
And the angel of the Lord went further and stood in a narrow place, where was no way to turn either to the right hand or to the left.
Let me say this. Some prophets will just be because of the promise of money. They start going, it doesn't matter what God start to tell them, don't profit, they are prophesying. And they think that that money will make them rich. Good news is this. They will end. Because that is what they do. Angel is trying to get, and he's beating the... Now go ahead. I want to bring the drama here.
And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, she fell down under Balaam.
He fell down.
And Balaam's anger was kindled, and he smote the ass with a staff.
He smote it with a staff.
And the Lord opened the mouth of the ass.
And God, the Lord, now opened the mouth of the ass.
And she said unto Balaam.
Now, because that is a human ass. What did he say?
What have I done unto thee, that thou hast smitten me these 3 times?
Oh my God. What have I done?
Yes.
That you beat me these 3 times.
Yes.
First, second, third. And look at this.
And Balaam said unto the ass, because thou hast mocked me, I would there were a sword in my hand, with a sword in my hand, for nor would I kill thee. And the ass said unto Balaam, am not I thine ass, upon which thou hast ridden, ever since I was thine unto this day? Was I ever wont to do so unto thee?
Now, let me say this. Can you imagine that because of the greediness of the prophet, of the Obia man, he never know he's talking to an animal. Madness have just started.
Yes.
I think the prophet need to go straight. That Obia man is going straight to work. They call that St. Anne Hospital. Because the thing is talking, and you, because of greed, you start replying. You never even, you forget that you are talking to an animal.
Yes.
Until the animal begin to tell you, you have been driving me. Can you imagine? Oh my God. In my country, they say, he that the gods want